Hey planties, this is William Green, and these are my green pets for the first week of December 2016. Both my Catasetum type orchids are in bud, and one of them really looks like it's about to bloom soon. This is the Cycnodes Wine Delight, and it's got 5 big fat buds. Can't believe how big those buds are, and they look like they are going to be opening up anytime soon. Looking forward to those. They're supposed to have a really nice cherry cough syrup type fragrance, so that sounds really unusual, and I'm looking forward to experiencing it for myself. The buds were kind of a pale green until just a few days ago, and they're starting to take on that reddish tinge, and they're supposed to be bright red when they bloom. My other Catasetum type Jumbo World, look at these. I did not think that they would stretch out as much as they have, but these 4 spikes, starting out as little nubbins just a couple months ago, have really stretched out, and I've counted somewhere upwards of 60 flowers if they all end up blooming. I hung the pots horizontally so that the flowers would kind of hang downward, but I'm not sure if they're going to do that. They look like they're going to be more they're going to be sticking out a little bit further than I thought that they would be, but the bottom one is hanging, but even it is kind of pulling forward a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see what the whole plant looks like when it's in full bloom, and that should be, well, in 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, maybe more. These are all that's left of 2 flowers of Bulbophyllum medusae that bloomed between last week and this week. They only last a few days. So let's go back in time a few days and see these flowers when they were in full bloom. The other buds seem to be advancing slowly but surely, pushing out little by little. Hopefully those will be in bloom soon. Looking out over some of my Cattleya seedlings, I wasn't sure if they were getting enough light, but I suppose that they are. If you look at the backsides of some of the leaves, you see this beautiful purple color, and I'm assuming that that purple tinge means they are getting enough light. Here are a couple of Cattleya seedlings that I glued onto a piece of wood a couple of years ago, and they have actually done quite well just on this piece of hickory bark. And I don't know, these are kind of my babies. I got these out of a flask, and I'm hoping to raise them to big enough to bloom one day. I mean, it's probably several years away, but in the meantime, it's so interesting to watch them grow on this piece of bark and just every season put out more and more roots and grow their leaves larger and larger as they go. And yeah, it's just really nice to watch seedlings grow up. These are some of my favorites. These are my slipper orchids, and they seem to be growing all right. Some of them are shedding some of their lower leaves, and I'm just going to assume that that's because they need that energy to put into their new growths. But I don't have any of them in bud or in sheath at the moment, so that's kind of disappointing. But hopefully soon we'll have some slipper orchids getting ready to bloom as well. All of the Phalaenopsis orchids have some kind of inflorescence going. Some of them have 2, and a couple of them have already started to show buds. That's exciting. That means they'll be blooming. Well, wouldn't it be nice if they bloomed for Christmas? It's possible. We've got a few more weeks. This little speckly-leaved Phalaenopsis schilleriana, it's got me particularly excited. It's been interesting watching the inflorescence develop because this species is known for branching spikes, and even though this is, I believe it's a first bloom seedling, it looks like the spike itself is developing some branches. Now, this is my first time with this plant, so I'm not sure if those little things sticking out are branches or buds. Maybe they're just buds, but they look awful pointy to me. I think that they might possibly be branches. But anyway, we'll see in the next few weeks. Got a couple of lovely Thanksgiving / Christmas / Easter / holiday cactuses or cacti getting ready to bloom. Got a hot pink one. We've also got a nice little peach colored one as well. Last month I showed you a couple of slipper orchids that had rot, but also had some new growth pushing out of the rot. And I just wanted to show you that that is continuing to look okay. I don't see any rotting on the new growth, so we'll continue to keep an eye out on that. Here's another little new growth rising like a phoenix from the ashes of its rotted older growth there. So hopefully this plant will make it all as well. This is a Phragmopedium. I've never bloomed this plant, and this is the only frag that I have, so this is kind of my guinea pig. If I can grow it successfully, then maybe I'll try another one. My little Amesiella is growing out its first spike, at least its first spike with me. I'm looking forward to those little white flowers. They're supposed to be fragrant at night. It's just a cute little orchid. It's very small. You can see the snaky little spike sticking out there. Anytime you want to check on My Green Pets, we have a live webcam that's running 24/7. Well, we try to anyway. And occasionally you will catch me in here, especially around 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That's Chicago time. 4 o'clock Central Time. I'm usually in here watering, so anytime you want to catch me in here, that's a good time. But I'm in here all the time, really, just in and out, checking on the plants. If I need a break, this is where I come to recharge. Alright, fellow planties, thank you so much for stopping by. That's all for this week. But My Green Pets will be back next week, and hopefully I would suspect we will have something in bloom. So, looking forward to that. Please take care, and we'll see you next time right here on My Green Pets. I'm William Green. See you later.